Hello and welcome back to ROADTRIpVIA, the road trip ready trivia quiz made to be played in the car. Today's episode is number 738, the category Friday Night Pub Quiz. This is number 1. Every Friday we are going to do a 21 question random knowledge trivia quiz. We'll do it right here on the channel. Make sure you tune in, make sure you subscribe. 20 questions up front, and then at the very end of each episode there will be a question 21 tiebreaker. So subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow along on either Instagram or on Facebook. Just look us up, ROADTRIpVIA, we're the only one there is, and let's get started with question number 1. Although the design wasn't officially adopted until 1968, what are the two animals that are featured on the national flag of Mexico and their coat of arms that symbolize the centuries-old origins of the country's Aztec heritage? These two animals were part of the sign that the Aztec people were looking for to build their capital. The answer is the eagle and the snake. Question number 2. Starring Timothée Chalamet, what is the one-word title of the 2021 film by Denis Villeneuve and the 1965 Frank Herbert novel that serves as the informal nickname of the fictional desert planet of Arrakis that is featured in both versions of the story? In the story they call the planet Arrakis, they call it Dune. Question number 3. A common addition to breakfasts, lunches, and dinners, 4 of this fruit's most basic varieties are, in decreasing order of size, beefsteak, medium, plum, and cherry. What is the name of this common home garden crop? Beefsteak, medium, plum, and cherry are all varieties of the common tomato. Tomato is the answer. Question number 4. The proper scientific term for molten rock material that is flowing on the Earth's surface after it has erupted is lava. What is the proper scientific term for the same material that is flowing under the Earth's surface and has not yet erupted? On the Earth's surface, we call it lava. And under the Earth's surface, we call it magma. Liquid hot magma. Question number 5. From at least the early 16th century, Basra has been one of the principal port cities of the Persian Gulf. The modern port of Basra began operations in 1919 in Basra City. In what country, where it is vital for oil exports and international trade? The port of Basra in Basra City is in Iraq. Question number 6. Capable of drawing toxins from your body and often used to relieve swelling, sprains, and bruises, what is the common name for magnesium sulfate, a mineral compound that can be used for many other medical purposes as well? What is the common name for magnesium sulfate? Put a little bit of those in your foot bath after a long day of walking. The answer is Epsom salts. Question number 7. This title for a Hindu prince ranks above a Raja and historically refers to a ruler of a major Indian state. The position became more widespread during the British era, but it still held a lot of power. What is this title whose name comes from Sanskrit and means a great king? Above a Raja is a Maharaja. Maharaja is the answer. Question number 8. Both located just south of Cape Cod, Massachusetts, what is the name of the sound that shares its name with the island that was known as the whaling capital of the world from the mid-1700s to the 1830s. The whaling capital of the world. What was that island that shares its name with the Sound? Just south of Cape Cod. The answer is Nantucket. Nantucket Island and Nantucket Sound. Question number 9. Hole man, driver, lead brake, ball under, 4-meter, and wet pass are terms from what rugged aquatic sport introduced to America in 1888 by English swimming instructor John Robinson? Hole man, driver, lead brake, ball under, 4-meter, and wet pass, those all come from the sport of water polo. Question number 10. Which U.S. amendment states, "No soldier shall, in time of peace, be quartered in any house without the consent of the owner, nor in time of war, but in a manner to be prescribed by law"? We're looking for the number of that U.S. amendment. This isn't a tiebreaker. You have to be right on with this number. It is the Third Amendment. Question number 11. According to the legend, this was made into a bona fide baseball tradition in 1910 when President Taft first participated. What is the 3-word name for the specific time during a baseball game when "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" is sung? The 3 words we're looking for are the 7th inning stretch. Question number 12. Bill Monroe introduced the world to what new musical genre marked by high energy tempos, distinctive mandolin, and high lonesome vocals with his first appearance at the Grand Ole Opry in Nashville in 1939, playing the tune Mule Skinner Blues? This is an easy question if you know who Bill Monroe's band is. The name of that band was Bill Monroe and the Bluegrass Boys. The answer is bluegrass. Question number 13. Not in the Percy Jackson universe, but in actual classic Greek mythology, ambrosia was the food, usually presented in small cubes, that was eaten by the gods. What would happen to a mortal if he were to eat this food of the gods? Basically, you can guess on this. They're either gonna die or they're gonna live forever. The answer is they would live forever. They would become immortal. Question number 14, coined by Brian Kernighan as a pun on the name Multics. What is the name of the computer operating system developed at Bell Labs that is still one of the most common computer operating systems in use today? The name was kind of a pun on the name Multics, but the operating system is no joke. It's not Multics, it's Unix. Unix is the answer. Question number 15. Symphony No. 1 by Sergei Rachmaninoff and Symphony No. 1 by Sergei Prokofiev both premiered in what city? Rachmaninoff's being a disaster in 1897 and Prokofiev's being hailed a triumph of modernism 21 years later. The city that both of those premiered in was St. Petersburg, Russia. Question number 16. What was the name of the American hired by the British to fight pirates, who instead became a pirate himself, returning to New York with a boatload of treasure, who was then arrested, sent to England for trial, and finally hanged in 1701? What a story. They should make a movie about him. Hired to fight pirates, he became one himself. The answer is Captain Kidd. William Kidd. Question number 17, created in the late 8th to early 9th century and now on display at Dublin's Trinity College, the Book of Kells is considered the most beautiful of illuminated manuscripts. Which 4 books of the Bible are decorated in the Book of Kells? We're looking for 4 books of the Bible. Those 4 are the Gospels: Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Question number 18. Ceded to the United States by Spain after the Spanish-American War in 1898, it became a self-governing commonwealth in 1935 and achieved its full independence in 1946. What is the name of this archipelagic republic? That is a tongue twister there at the end. The archipelagic republic. The answer is the Philippines. Question number 19. One of many notable acts of preservation achieved during his time in office, which U.S. president used the Antiquities Act of 1906 to declare the Grand Canyon a national monument to shield it from development? The president that we're looking for is Theodore Roosevelt. And question 20. What is the more common way to say the phrase, "It is within the realm of possibility to escort Equus calibus to a site supplying a potable quantity of dihydrogen oxide. However, one cannot coerce said quadruped to imbibe"? There's a reason we say it this other way. Speaking of tongue twisters, what we're looking for is you can lead a horse to water, but you cannot make him drink. Alright, that wraps up today's quiz. Thank you for watching today's episode of ROADTRIpVIA. This was number 738, and this is getting us started on the Friday night pub quizzes. Every Friday night we're going to do a 21-question random knowledge pub quiz. They have historically been very popular on this channel, so we're going to keep it going. In between the pub quizzes, we're going to do some other specific category trivia. So make sure, if you like this format of trivia, if you like the way it's played, subscribe to the channel and follow along. You'll be glad you did. Now let's get ready for question 21, the tiebreaker for today's quiz. Although some countries still do it illegally, and some indigenous groups are allowed a limited number of harvests per year, the large-scale commercial whaling industry effectively ended in what year when the International Whaling Commission banned hunting for profit? The IWC banned hunting whales in 1986. That seems super late. The whaling industry peaked in the 19th century, but with kerosene and other petroleum products coming to market quicker, it really faded out pretty quick in the early 1900s. But it wasn't illegal to hunt whales for profit until 1986. If you didn't know, now you know. Thank you for watching. Check out some of these other videos on ROADTRIpVIA's channel, and we'll see you at the next game.